Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here aboard Windstar's Star Breeze. And this is a newly renovated ship. It's an amazing ship. It was lengthened, new restaurants, new rooms and accommodations, a lot more. I'm here with Chris Pralog, who's the president of Windstar, and we're going to get a little look at all the things that have happened on this ship, and as well as two others that are coming up in very soon. And you're going to find out about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Chris, first of all, it's great to see you. We hung out together way back about 2 years ago, and we've done a few Zoom ones, but here we are live, right?
Live back in business, yes. Great seeing you, James.
Yeah, so here we are on Star Breeze, which is the first of your $250 million Star Plus initiative, which is lengthening these ships, stretching them, we say. But there's a whole lot more than that, because really we have a brand new ship here, right?
Absolutely. I think when you come on board, you absolutely feel like there's a new build, and the ship feels in all areas completely reimagined and renovated.
Yeah, no, it is amazing. Now let's talk a little bit about point by point. First of all, you did lengthen the ship. You added 50 staterooms, 50 suites. Talk a little bit about the accommodations and what has changed aboard now.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, 50 suites were added, and obviously brand new. We have renovated our existing suites as well. In the new suites, we actually changed the layout, so the bed has moved to the window side.
I know, I got one of those.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? So you open up the windows, you can see the ocean, and when you come in, you have your living room right at your door, and the existing suites have the reversed layout. So that's how we approached to have a different category of suites available for our guests to choose from.
And then you have all new bathrooms too, right?
We've renovated all the new bathrooms in the existing suites, and we've also renovated all public bathrooms as well. So everything is new on that front.
And you got double sinks. It's really well designed. The whole suite is just beautiful, and I have my little French balcony out there too. Wow. So it's great. Now, so that's given you a little more different categories to sell now, right?
Correct. So we have multiple new categories, and it's a really luxurious accommodations.
Now let's talk. I forgot to ask you. We were what, 212 passengers before, and now we're at 312 again.
Correct. 300.
I win the exam, right?
Yeah, you won the first prize here. We went up to 312 guests, right. So we're absolutely within the small ship category, and we have about 200 crew.
200 crew, yeah. So that is bigger, but not by much. It's 100. You know, if you think it's bigger because it's 300 as opposed to 200, it's pretty much. But let's talk a little bit about. You've upgraded the dining, and we've been on this ship now a few days, and the dining and the restaurants are just amazing what you've done. Talk about your two new specialty restaurants. One is Quadro 44, and the other one is Star Grill by Stephen Reichlin, who's a grill master, barbecue master. I think those are hits, but talk about each of them in turn if you could.
Yeah, sure. There's Quadro 44, which is by Anthony Sasso, a one-star Michelin chef, and we've really have a great relationship with him. It's a tapas-style restaurant, family sharing, has a Spanish influence, of course, and has an open kitchen concept where you can actually see the chefs preparing the food. And it's a very dynamic, a very, very beautiful small restaurant, and fits our brand perfectly. Yeah,
well, actually, I called it a tapas restaurant, and your food and beverage director, vice president Peter Tobler said, no, it's not a tapas restaurant. It's a high-end sort of Spanish restaurant. Right?
Correct. You will correct you on that.
Yeah, he corrected me pretty quick. And just for that, we're dining there tonight. I'm dining with him there tonight. But so it is a really wonderful experience, and you have to make a reservation for that. And then, of course, your other one was Stephen Reichlin. I ate there 3 times in a row, I got to tell you.
I know the Star Grill by Stephen Reichlin is an unbelievable experience. So first of all, the food is amazing. We've had the recipes and preparation techniques from Stephen Reichlin, some of his ingredients, and like the brisket the other day.
I had that.
That just threw me off. It's so wonderful, so good. But then also the area itself. It's a really beautiful space up there. It's just adjacent to the Star Bar, and it has wonderful seating to the left and to the right, and expansive views. And it's a wonderful place, and based on what I'm hearing from guests and also from you, James, it's a great space to be.
Well, you can go there for lunch or dinner, and I did I think I had lunch, dinner, lunch the other day, because it's all different. All the meats are different. You can get different toppings. There's always a different side and things like that. So it's not, you can go to. We're going to talk about your other restaurants. Veranda is the other option for lunch, and it's wonderful, and it's a great place out in the stern of the ship. But right there in the center of the ship, outside, and there are different places to sit. There's a full bar, which is important, but it's really amazing.
Yeah, and it's not just the grill items. There's salad bar. There's a wonderful dessert buffet. There's a soft serve ice cream machine, which is my personal favorite.
That's a dangerous. I tend to use that. Oh, I'll have that dessert, but can we put the soft syrup on top of it?
Yeah, so there's some really nice choices there, and I think for any taste, it's a wonderful experience, especially if you want to stay on deck outside and not get dressed up and go inside the ship. This is the place to be.
Well, and you haven't just put in the two specialty restaurants, which are amazing and really a really incredible addition to both this ship and then your upcoming two ships. But you've also renovated and really redone your existing Amphora, which is your main dining room, right?
Correct. We actually have the Amphora in the new section, so it's a completely new built restaurant, but it has the design features of any Amphora in the Wind and Star class fleet. So it's completely built up from scratch and features daily changing menus, has the James Beard Foundation integration, so we have everyday James Beard Foundation recipes and chefs who have sailed with us and provide an ever-changing menu here.
No, it is, and we've only had a chance to eat there once. Although tomorrow night we're going to eat there, and it really has cuisine reflecting the region you're sailing in, right?
Right. So there's also the regional influence, which you will find on the menu, and there's also the classic dishes we have, like the steaks, the salmon, and
the James Beard dish of the day, right?
Exactly, and then that is the James Beard dish, yes.
Now, the other thing you've renovated, you've done a lot on the existing veranda, which is we used to call it a buffet restaurant. We're not allowed to do that anymore because there really isn't. It's served buffet, and then that doubles as your candles restaurant at night. But talk about what you've done there.
Yeah, so the veranda has been really expanded as well. Everything has sort of expanded. It's completely built up from scratch, and we've added additional interior seating, and we have obviously the wonderful terrace at the aft, and then we've upgraded several things. So we've got a larger offering for breakfast and lunch, and then candles. We've completely updated the menu. We have added some wonderful steaks, and one of them is like the tomahawk, a 40.
I saw that in the case. It's a little too daunting for me. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I know it's a very large cut of beef. There's a 40-ounce tomahawk steak, but there's ribeyes, there's filet steaks. So it's a wonderful steakhouse concept, and guests, based on the feedback I've seen so far, have already said it's great.
Yeah, and if that's not enough, we're actually here in the Yacht Club, and they have a nice little cafe here with sandwiches, with breakfast stuff, good coffee, and great orange juice. So you won't go hungry, right?
Yeah, I think that's very true. And the one way to make sure you get hungry is to spend some time in our newly renovated gym and spa, right?
We're going to talk about that next. So we have the spa. It's so much bigger, and there's a fitness room, and let's talk about that. It really is amazing.
Yeah, it's a huge space, completely built up again from ground up, and much larger than before. Has a lot of additional offerings and massage rooms. We have a brand new gym with all new equipment, again much larger than it used to be, and I could already see guests utilizing it quite a bit in the morning and also in the afternoon. But we have massage rooms, and we've an acupuncturist on board, so there's a lot of offers in the spa. And in addition, we have a sauna, a steam room, and an event shower. So with lighting and different water sprays, and so it's a real immersive experience. So
it's a little bit of an upgrade from what you used to have, right?
I would agree. Yes, it's a completely redone spa.
Now, the other thing you've done is you've changed your pool. We'll talk about that. I remember coming on here, it was a couple years ago, and the pool, because you do have a sports deck that you can fold down. You can go and swimming in the ocean. So it was kind of an afterthought that you had a sort of small little pool, but you've now added a little bit larger pool, right?
Yeah, so we really have a midship center stage pool, which you can access from the lower and from the upper deck, and it has a glass front. It's a sort of an infinity edge and has a waterfall feature in it. Very dramatic lighting in it, so it really is center stage. It's cladded in teak. It's just wonderful, and it's great to use, and the guests love it, and you can have your deck chairs around it, and so it's a beautiful outdoor space.
Yeah, no, and I have not. I believe it or not, I haven't tried. I tried the go down the sports deck, but talk a little bit now. You've done all these upgrades. You've had new dining, new accommodations, new spa, pool, everything else. Are you now truly in the luxury space now, would you say?
I believe so. I think the ship is absolutely a luxury platform, and I think that's the space we are in.
Yeah, and who would you say your competitors are in the market now, or who is your main rival at this point? Although given that most of these companies only have a few ships and a few hundred or a few per ship, it's not that big of a competitor. Right?
Right, and that's really true, James. You're making a very good point. The space we are in with 300 all-suite ships, there's really not a whole lot other competition around. Of course, we have competition with other cruise lines, but we're also looking at river cruises as our competition, and but those size of ships you're sitting on now with me, they don't exist very much anymore.
No, everybody's sort of added more cabins. I mean, not say they're great products and they have their space, but the days of having a 200-person luxury ship are over. I mean, you still have some of them in your Winclass, right?
Correct. So we have the Winclass fleet, which have the smaller ones. They have 148 guests, and the Windstar, our flagship, has 342 guests. So
that's the big one. Even bigger than the Star Class, right?
Yeah, it's about 30 more guests than on the Star Class. Beautiful ship.
Now let's talk a little bit about, you are in the luxury space now, if you go on board and you have the food and you do all this, you're going to totally understand it, and you should for your client's sake to better understand this. But for you, this is kind of a personal thing though, because you actually started in cruising on one of your Star Class ships, right?
Yeah, I started way back when in the late 90s.
Way back when, right?
Way back when, yeah, and on the Star Legend. And I've worked on the ships for 5 to 6 years, and started really on the front line and served our guests and learned the business at that level. And it's been really a guide to me. And so spending times on the ship and learning all the different trades, that was a good experience, which I treasure very much today.
Well, and obviously to see the improvements that you've made here must mean something special for you.
It's a very special place for me to see this category of ships being so reimagined and so beautiful. I mean, as it's a wonderful, humbling experience.
Now, that said, what are some of your favorite feature or your favorite features to all the renovation?
Yeah, that's a difficult question, James, because there's so many really nice ones. But I will say that the pool area and the outdoor decks are absolutely wonderful for the guests, and they will enjoy them very much. But I'm also very proud of what we have done behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. We've renovated all crew areas, and I heard about that. They're pretty happy now. Yeah, and I've been talking to many of the crew, and they just enjoy the new facilities, including a crew gym, a officer mess, a crew mess, and other. They got nice TVs too. They got new nice TVs with an interactive TV system. So there's so many enhancements, and we've made to the crew. I'm very proud of that we were able to do that. Now, in addition to renovating the 3 starships, you haven't ignored the Winclass either, right? No, we have used the out-of-service time for a lot of project work, and we've done a lot of upgrades to our mast system on the Winclass fleet. We've just before the pandemic installed the Yacht Club Cafe on the Windstar and Windspirit. So there's an additional feature now we have throughout the fleet. You can go Yacht Club and have a continental breakfast and enjoy yourself. So there were many upgrades done. We've changed all the carpets and done a lot of renovation to the teak decks, and they're looking fantastic.
Yeah, so you can go, whether it's Star or Winclass, you can be sure your clients are going to have a great experience aboard Windstar. Now, what would you tell our travel advisors out there to tell their clients about what should they be doing right now as you emerge from this new? First of all, we emerged from the pandemic, which
Yes.
we're really kind of happy to be on board, to be honest with you. But what should they do right now with Windstar?
So certainly for the Star Class fleet, if you've sailed on the Star Class before, come back, try the new ships and the extended ships, because to me this is a new build. Every area the guests are going to enter has been redone or majorly upgraded, and so the ship feels practically new, and it feels really beautiful. So I think my advice would be to try out the Star Class, but also on the Winclass. We have done so many new things. It would be absolutely worthwhile coming on board and experiencing this product.
And of course, you have a lot more You're rolling out your itineraries now for all over the place, including the favorite one out in Tahiti. Everybody likes that one. And this ship actually will be joining its Winclass sister, which out in Tahiti, right?
Yes. So the Wind Spirit and the Star Breeze are going to be together in Tahiti for some time, and so this is the first time we will have two ships in Tahiti, and that's a wonderful thing, because we have a great community in Tahiti who supports us very much, and they are just as excited as we are to have two ships of Windstar there.
That's going to be amazing. Now, anything else you want to tell our travel advisors out there?
Well, as we have said, the upgrades on the Winclass fleet has been done these past few months in the pandemic, and just so everyone knows, we also have launched at the same time as here on June 19th the Windstar in Athens, and she's back in service.
You have two ships that came back in service on the same week, and you have another one coming up in July out in Tahiti, right?
Correct. The Wind Spirit will start in July, and so we'll be within the next couple of weeks. We'll have 3 ships or half of our fleet already operating, and that's quite an achievement. So I'm really appreciative of all of what the team has done in the various areas.
Well, Chris, congratulations on this new Star Class completely renovated ship. You got 2 more to come. Congratulations on renovating the Winclass ships and getting started, getting back to cruising.
Thank you, James. And it's been great to have you on board, and hopefully you will continue to enjoy the rest of the cruise.
I'm James Schillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.